We begin with politics. The Federal High Court in Abuja has issued an interim order stopping former Senate President Senator David Mark and ex-Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola from presenting themselves as leaders of the African Democratic Congress. The ruling, delivered on Thursday, restricts Mark and Aregbesola from parading as national chairman and national secretary of the opposition party. The decision has thrown the ADC's leadership structure into a state of legal limbo. Justice of the Federal High Court also directed the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to suspend recognition of the pair and the National Working Committee pending the determination of the substantive motion already filed. The case was brought before the court by Nafiu Bala Gombe, the former deputy national chairman whose faction insists he is the legitimate chairman of the party. Gombe is challenging the legality of INEC's earlier recognition of Mark and Aregbesola. The Interim Welfare Secretary, African Democratic Congress, David Godwin, joins us to discuss this. Thank you so much, David, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Leko. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. I'd like to get your thoughts and possibly your clarification on the specific provisions of the ADC Constitution that are being invoked in the legal dispute involving David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola.
Thank you once again, Lekon, and good afternoon, Nigerians. First of all, I would like to say that I am not aware that there is any, legal contention that is before the Federal High Court of Justice, because I don't think as a party we've received such court services upon us. We have not. As I'm speaking to you, I'm not aware. And then I also overheard you say that one Nafiu Bala Gombe was the one that instituted the case in the court and got that judgment. First of all, I would like to speak to that issue because as we speak, Nafiu is not a member of the African Democratic Congress as we speak, because he has since resigned from the party voluntarily, sometimes in 2023. Yeah, I have those documents, but yes, okay, you just displayed that document now. So if someone who has resigned from the party voluntarily, and I've also copied, and the party duly notified INEC that this person is no longer a member of a party and no longer sits as deputy national chairman of the party. So please, on what grounds does such fellow, has to go to court to issue to get such court judgments on the party? I think Nigerians can see clearly that there are some underhand tactics that is working here, and then this is not well intended. But until we get our hands on the copy of those court orders, I'm sorry I cannot speak to those issues because these are legal matters.
But then do you think there is an unseen hand trying to destabilize the party with these latest developments?
That is, is this even a question?
Well, I mean,
we are faced with it is not even a question because everybody knows it is audible to the deaf and very visible to the blind that of course there are people, especially the government of the day, who have become jittery with the resurgence and the resurgence of the African Democratic Congress, which has presented itself as a viable opposition to the ruling party. And so it calls for the ruling party today is jittery because they see that, look, Nigerians have aligned, majority of Nigerians in their numbers have aligned with the ADC to throw them out of office. So it is common sense that they will be jittery, and then, of course, if the witch cries at night and the child died in the morning, we know who is behind the death of such child. So I don't think that is even an issue for us to debate.
Okay, so I mean, with 2027 in sight, of course, pending the time we get all the details from the court as regards this latest development from a supposed faction. Now, does David Mark and the leadership of the ADC have that political weight to actually wrest power from the ruling party come 2027?
Again, I would like to speak to these issues, like I've always said, and most of our leaders have always said, but I'm going to re-echo their thoughts. The ADC is not about one man. The ADC is not about Senator David Mark. It's not about Rauf Aregbesola or any other a person. So whether these leaders have the capacity or not is not something we should be talking about, because of course Nigerians are the ones that have rallied around the leadership of the ADC.
But they are the ones pivoting their affairs. They are the ones pivoting,
yes.
This coalition.
No, it's not in doubt. But I am telling you that their strength is based on the trust that has been reposed on them by the vast majority of Nigerians who are tired of the shenanigans of the government of the day. So whether they have in as much as they carry the weight, the support of the majority of Nigerians, that alone tells you that the ADC has the capacity and is ready to march on that trust of Nigerians to evict Bola Tinubu's government from the villa.
Well, if you say that Nigerians are tired of this crop of politicians from parties that you say are inimical to the growth of the country, what about ADC itself with the caliber of people that are championing its cause? They're said to be, recycled old faces, and they probably do not have that kind of influence that would help drive whatever political ambition that ADC has. Most especially this set of people that are said to have contested the presidency seats, either at the primaries or at the polls, and have lost in times back.
Now, look, when people peddle this kind of narrative, it's just simply a narrative to blackmail Nigerians or hoodwink Nigerians into believing that, look, the people that have, gathered themselves here to rescue Nigeria from the maladministration of Bola Tinubu's APC are disgruntled or what have you. That is not true. In its entirety, it is not true, because these are just narratives that are peddled just to hoodwink Nigerians. We all know that politics is supposed to be played by politicians, right? And then are we saying that we have to import aliens from Mars to come and run the politics of the ADC because we want to wrestle power from the APC? No. Of course, it's still we Nigerians that are going to rally around ourselves in whatever circumstances and whatever vehicle that is available to us for us to wrestle power from the APC. So please, I think Nigerians have gone past this narrative of, these people that are disgruntled or people that just are desperate. The ADC, as we speak today, we are not desperate to just, take power and run away with it. Our desperation is anchored on the fact that we need to see that the Nigeria of our dreams is achievable within this lifetime that we live in, and then bequeath onto the future generation. For someone like me, I belong to the next generation. And if I'm actively involved in this political movement that is going to salvage Nigeria of this race, and why so big? So it is not about anybody that is being envious of.
All right, David Godwin, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. This is a story that will continue to bring to the fore and get more details from well-meaning individuals.